Freedom Gardening Seed Bank 2010. This is the 24 update after the piles have sprouted on the Peace Farm. You can see a little bean sprout right there. Right here's corn, another bean sprout. They're growing really quick. They're doing really good. You can see there's another big one, another one there. Not all of the piles have sprouted, but you can see there's another bean, a bean there, a third bean there. There are two really nice beans, and if you look close, there's a corn, a corn, a corn, and back here, another bean. They're shooting out of the piles pretty quick. They're growing about a ½ inch a day. So you can see here, this looks like a deer or somebody was picking through these piles. Here's two beans, three corns, another bean back here. So I'm going to go ahead and cover these up a little bit so they don't get burned by the sun. And again, as I go from pile to pile, another bean, another corn, another bean, another corn, another bean back in there. There's another bean next to a corn, a corn next to a bean, another corn next to a bean. That's what we're going for. The funguses that live on bean roots will spread to the corn roots and increase the nutrient uptake of the corn, which will allow the corn to grow a lot quicker. Again, I think the deer have been in through here because they're pretty aggressive around here. More beans. These are the brown ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's two corns that are coming up and a third corn. Again, bean, 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 little corn right there. And there's 333 piles, 9 plants per pile. Another nice bean. Now by tomorrow I'm going to do another update. These will be open and have leaves on them. Not all of the piles have sprouted yet. Some of the seeds I put down a little deeper. I'm really excited to start to see some of the squash starting to come up. A little tiny one in there, but it's just barely starting to move the soil out of the way. Little guy right there. Little guy starting to pick up right there. And again, this is going to be a race between the deer and the squash to see who's the fastest, because as these start to develop, deer love those. A lot of the game plots around the area, that's what they plant, is beans. So I'm waiting for squash to protect those beans. And again, all this stuff grows really quick. It is July, which means they are going to go into aggressive growth mode, because during the day they have sunlight and at night they've had moonlight. This is chokeweed. But there's a nice bean. That's the 24-hour update. Everything is sprouting. The rain, everything's been perfect. Just a matter of time and a matter of survival as to what is going to survive, what comes out of the woods hungry, because there's nothing else for them to eat around here. And these would be a gold mine for them to find. So I'm going to sprinkle Old Lady perfume all over the place. It's a little old school trick. They hate the smell of Old Lady perfume, that cheap, pungent, cheap perfume. We'll find a couple bottles, soak a couple rags, and hang them all over the place. Another thing that works is tiger manure. It can be shipped from Japan. They don't like people manure, but nobody does, so we can't use that. I actually considered using baby diapers, but I don't think I'll be doing that either. Again, we're just going to do Old Lady perfume, companion planting, and let nature run its course and see what happens. Altogether, there's about 1,000 corn, 1,000 squash, and 1,000 beans. Out of that, 50 to 75% of it's probably going to get eaten or not survive. but they're coming up and they are beautiful. They love this mulch pile mixed with the lime. The pH looks fine. Everything's looking good. This is the horse manure section. There's one in there. And there's one shooting out of the horse manure. My bet is the goat manure will be the best. The horse manure will be second. And then as I get to the end of the field, it's getting late, but I do want to do the giant pumpkins and make a huge mound of really good emu or llama manure. I found a couple farms out in the area, and there we have it. So we have life 24-hour update. We'll see you again in a day or two, and check back to see. Ooh, that's a nice corn shooting up. Another really nice corn and a bean. So everything's working. Just gotta let nature run its course. Hope for the best, and hope the 2 or 3 deer in the area don't eat it all. 2010, all for Zen.